Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to start out on this webinar today. We're so happy that so many has joined this webinar. And the topic is effective and efficient pick, pack, and shipping. But before we jump into the topic, I'm just going to do a quick introduction to those of you who do not know Tasklet Factory. We're basically a Microsoft Dynamics ISV partner. That means we make add-on solutions for Microsoft Dynamics ERP systems. So that's Business Central, NAV, AX, and also supply chain management. Specifically, the product that we offer is our mobile WMS solution, which really helps our customers optimize the processes in the warehouse. And today we're going to be focusing on our solution for Business Central. So also what we're going to be demoing is specifically for Business Central, and we're going to focus on the outbound processes in the warehouse. So of course, picking products, packing, and also shipping. It's a pretty short webinar. It's around 20 minutes. So we're going to try to keep everything short and very sharp. So we're just going to jump straight into the agenda for this webinar now. So I'm going to first of all start by talking about what are some of the general problems we've seen throughout the years for our customers when it comes to the picking process. Then I'm going to talk about, well, what are some of the benefits if you actually implement a mobile WMS solution like Tasklet Factory solution? What are some of the optimizations you can have in your outbound processes in the warehouse? Then after that, we're going to do the actual demo. And you can really look forward to this as we have prepared our, you can say, our warehouse studio here. We'll try to show everything both on the device, but also what it looks like in real life. Then I'm going to be announcing our next webinars coming up. And finally, I hope that if you have time, you'll stick around for some few questions at the end. So we've prepared some polls. But good, let's jump straight into it. So what are some of the problems we've seen generally when it comes to the picking and shipping process in the warehouse? Well, first of all, we see that if you're a company that's not using a mobile WMS solution, then you're very prone to having a lot of picking and shipping errors. So that basically means your customers will end up with the wrong product, they'll have to return it, and the person in the warehouse will need to pick it again and send it out. Those kind of mistakes are, of course, costly when they happen again and again. And also, if you're not using a mobile WMS solution, we often see that you'll have a lot of heavy manual processes. So typically, you'll need to print out a picking paper. You'll have to walk over to your bins, make sure that you're picking the right product, which is kind of listed on your piece of paper. And once you're finished picking the products manually, you'll need to go to a computer, type in all the information, and then post it from within there. And then often, because of a lack of functionality, maybe if you're like a web shop that has a lot of orders with few items, then you might be forced to handling these orders one by one, even though it would be much smarter to handle multiple orders at the same time. So that's also one of the challenges we've seen. And then one of the big problems is really oftentimes we see there's no connection between the person picking and then the people who are going to be shipping the products. So what you'll often see is somebody is picking the products, then once they're done picking, they'll simply just dump a box off at a shipping area, and then the person who needs to ship it needs to first find out, okay, which order is this, which customer is it going for, and once they're done with that, they'll need to go to a computer to basically book in the shipping. So that's also a manual process and kind of a lack of connection between the picker and the shipper. So what are some of the benefits you can obtain by using a mobile WMS solution? First of all, you ensure you have the right product in your hand, that you're shipping the right products to your customers by using a barcode scanner, scanning your products, making sure you have the right thing. And then you'll see much faster and efficient processes and basically a paperless solution. Because the way it works is that you download the orders you're working with, let's say a pick order, then you do all of the scanning from the device, and then you actually also do the posting from the device. So you don't need to print out any paper and handle the processes in the warehouse and then going to a computer to then post it again. And today we're going to introduce something called license plate in our solution, which we really believe bridges the gap between the picker and the shipper, because it's basically a unique barcode that you can put on the box that you're picking for. And then once you're done, picking these products, you can then give that box to the person shipping, and they can also scan this unique barcode, which really will contain all the items that you've picked, and they can finalize the shipping from there. So today we're also going to be showing the shipping process. This, of course, requires some third-party Business Central shipping products that we also integrate with. Peter is going to talk more about that. But basically, by using a mobile WMS solution, you can handle the whole process from picking products to even shipping products paperless and directly from the device. Good. So we're going to do the demo just in a few seconds. I want to say, before I do that, there's many different picking scenarios we support. We, of course, support picking directly in a sales order. We support picking for pick orders, also multiple orders at the same time, which I'm going to show today. And we also support picking for production orders and assembly orders, and finally also transfer orders. We don't have time to show all these scenarios, so we're going to focus on picking for multiple orders at the same time. Now, we do know we have customers where this might not be relevant. They might have big orders for one customer, so they can't pick multiple orders at the same time. But we believe what we're going to show you today with the license plate feature is also relevant for those customers who are just picking one order at a time. Good. So let's jump into the demo. So I'm just going to jump out of my PowerPoint here and connect to my device. So you should be able to see this device here. I'm just going to pull it to the right side. And good. So now you can both see me here in our mini warehouse, and you can also see the device. And I'm just going to show you around really quickly. We've made some bins here. This is basically where we need to pick our products from. There's the products you can see here, some beverages, and then there's of course a bin, a barcode for this specific bin here where I need to pick from. Then I also have some boxes prepared. I have 2 boxes here, and these boxes we've already pre-printed these unique license plate barcodes, which is this barcode I mentioned earlier that will, as I'm picking, I'll be scanning that. So I'm making sure that I'm keeping the different products, putting them into the different boxes. So let's start right away by handling my my pick order. So I'll go into the device, and I'm gonna click on this feature called Pick. And what you see now is the system is connecting to Business Central. So it's going to download all the orders that's available for me to work with. I'm just going to scroll down as I'm working with the bottom order today. Now, if you look at the bottom order here, you can see on the 4th line, it says number of documents is 3. That basically means we have 3 different customers we're picking for. We've actually created a pick order inside of Business Central, basically a consolidated pick order, which is for 3 different customers. So as you saw before, I only have 2 boxes here. So I want to take a 3rd box because I know I'll be picking for 3 different boxes. So I'm just going to place that here. And this box, it does not have the license plate on it. So I'm just going to go back into my print functionality. I'll click here. And now I can click, I need to print a license plate. It could, of course, also be an item barcode if you need to print that out. I just need one label here, and I'm going to select the printer which I'm going to be printing from. So now it's basically going to be connecting to the printer I have right here, and it's going to spit out this license plate barcode. You can already see it here. So I have it printed out. So I'm just going to take that off and put it on my 3rd box. And now we should be ready for the actual pick order. I'll just remove this printer now. So I have my 3 boxes here ready. You can see I have, of course, these types of boxes. They're pretty nice when you have maybe smaller orders where you can pick directly in the box that the person who's going to ship, they're going to be using the exact same box, so no need to move it around. But then you also have, maybe bigger orders sometimes where you need to first pick it in a container like this, and then you need to move it over to a bigger box or something like that. So you can, of course, use different types of license plates or boxes. But now I'm going to go back to my device. We need to start picking. So I'll click on the picking feature, and I'll just scroll down and go back to this order which I needed to work with. And now you can see here, I have some different products that I need to pick here from my bins. The first bin I need to walk over to, it says W040013. That's the bin over here. And immediately as I'm looking through these picking order lines, I can see that I actually have more than one item that I need from this specific bin. So something smart that I can do is I can start by scanning the bin. Now you can see the system filtered the orders for me. This means I do not need to scan the bin again for products that I'm picking from this specific bin. If I hadn't done this, I would need to scan the product, scan the bin each time, but now I started by scanning the bin, so that makes a lot of fewer scans, you can say. I'm gonna start by picking my first product. So basically I need 2 of these. I'm just gonna pick one here first. I'm gonna scan the barcode here. And now I'm gonna be scanning the tote where I'm gonna put it into. And since I haven't started using any totes, I can just scan the first empty one. And like I said, I needed to put 2 in, so I'll just take the second one and put that in. Next item, I'm gonna scan the Pepsi here. I'm gonna scan that. And this also needs to go into an empty tote, so that's for another customer. So I'll just scan this one and confirm that I'm picking one. And I'm gonna take my last drink here. I'll scan that. And this needs to go to this tote that ends with 12, and I'll go ahead and put that. Now let's also try to make some errors here in the picking process. So now I'm gonna walk over to my next bin where I need to pick these products. And of course, I'll start by scanning the bin again. And I'll also scan this product that I need. And here I need to scan an empty tote because this is going for customer number 3, you can say. But if I made a mistake and scan this tote here, I'll of course get an error on the scanner. And this is really how it's making sure that I'm, packing this correctly, or basically picking it correctly for the different customers. So I need to scan an empty tote for this item and put it in here. And finally, I have one more item. I'm just going to scan this here. And this needs to go to the tote that ends with the number 13. So I'm going to scan that and now confirm it. I do want to say we of course also support products with lot number tracking or with the batch numbers. So if you have those types of products, that's of course also part of the solution, and the system will, for example, ask for batch number or expiration dates. But now I'm basically ready to post this, but before I do that, I'm just gonna pack it, because we need to transport this into our shipping area. So I'm just gonna put it like this, and I'm just gonna pair it, and I'm gonna turn my camera around here because we actually have a robot here. And this robot is gonna help me transport these items to my shipping area. And it's of course really relevant if you have a lot of, I'll just take one more tote here. It's of course relevant if you have a lot of movements in your warehouse, if you're moving products, again, from your picking area to the shipping area, or maybe you're in the receiving and you need to move products into your put away zones. So I'll put it here. Now, before the robot starts, I'm just gonna post here from the device. I'm gonna confirm that. I can now choose the packing station. So that's basically a packing station is connected to a printer. So I'm basically saying which printer it needs to go to, and I can also scan a staging hint if I wanna make it more specific. But I'm gonna go ahead and post now. And now you can see the picking will be posted from the device. So it's basically connecting to Business Central, and it's going to perform the movement. So now you can see it's starting to move here. So we're gonna follow. And Peter is now coming to pick up the items. Hey, Peter.
Bringing some good stuff for me today.
Yes, I hope I picked correctly here.
Looks good. Well, thank you, and welcome to the shipping area. So the robot has brought me the items that I need to package now. So let me just bring them in. And you're welcome to follow me into the packing station. All right, so as you can see, this is not a fully professional packing station. I actually do something else for a living. But here I have my kind of typical packaging material. I have my packaging tape. I have the good old bubble wrap. This could convince me to start working in a warehouse. This is fun all day. I have a weight. I have a printer that I can print labels out on. But really, my task is about being efficient in the shipping process. And if this was kind of old school, I would need a computer. I would typically need to log on to a packing system where I could book my shipments. But since we're using the new pack and ship and we are all connected to online shipping, we can just turn off our computer and put away all of this, because this is not needed anymore. All we really need is the mobile device and then the printer connected, and then I can start to do my work. The robot Nima brought me some items, and I work in the pack and ship module. So let me go in here. And as Nima mentioned earlier, this is really a paperless process. I don't need to look at any kind of paperwork on what I need to do. I need to identify one of the boxes, and it really doesn't matter which one I take. I'm gonna take this one. Then I'm gonna scan the license plate, and then the system will find the right order for me to work on. I can see that that this consists of, it's only this package. In some cases, you get multiple license plates. If it's a big order, I can see this in this screen. I just scan one of them, and it'll show me everything. But here I have, I can see I have some glass products, so I may need to do a little bit here. But if I want to, for example, I can see that I have two products. I can actually see on the line that we're looking at here that there's supposed to be 2 items in here, so it's probably okay. If I click the content button here at the bottom, I can actually see which items are in there, and I can see, okay, this is good. But as you also saw, Nima had a lot of help in the picking process. So we're 99% sure that he did it correctly. So don't really need to worry about this. I just need to package this up correctly. So I'm gonna take the fever tree tonic here, wrap that up nicely. It's a really good one, so you don't want this to break in transit. And we're gonna take, I don't know if you know this one, really good tonic in the gym as well. But we'll take that in another session, maybe offline. All right, so I've packaged the stuff. I can close this one. I'm happy with it. And now all I need to do, because Nima has made it easy for me, I can just keep the items in this package. So now I just need to tell the system what kind it is. Because from a system point of view, a license plate is can be anything. I just need to tell the system that this is a box. I'll just put it up on my weight here. I can see that this is 1.44. Sorry, 44. Put that in. And now I can click the post button. And now we get a label on the printer. And as you can see, this is a live system, so there's built-in delays. But now I get my DHL shipping label that I can put on box. And then I'm ready to go. If we look at, so that was the simple scenario. This typically only works if you have small orders where you can put everything into one, typically the same size box you can bring out. Another scenario is where you pick into containers like this that you can just, you're not gonna ship this one. So let me just find this order before. So I'm gonna start by taking everything out. Just gonna scan the code here. I'm gonna take the products out. I'm gonna give this one to Nima so he can go back and take another order in it. I'll bring another box. Yeah, this maybe shows that it's not a real packing station because this box really doesn't fit here. I have to put a lot of stuff in here. But what I've actually created is that I've actually kind of killed my old license plate and created a new one. And if you look down in the lower left corner, I have a button where I, with one click, can just click combine to new. That means it'll empty my old license plate, create a new one with the same content. And if I want to, or if I need to, if it adds value for the customer who receives these items, if they want to have a label where they can see, on the outside of the box, before they open it, if they want to see what's inside, we can print a license plate content label. Let me just do that. This is kind of a mini a delivery note. It shows what's in here. It shows who it's from. It shows who it's to. I can either put it inside if I want to use it as a simple delivery note. If I want to help out my customer, I can just put it on the outside. They can see that. And then same procedure as before. I need to tell the system what it is. I need to put in the weight. Here 2 is probably okay. And click post. And then we get another shipping label. And now the system has warmed up a little bit, so it starts processing faster. And I'm now done with this as well. And I've completed two orders, and now I just place it out and wait for DHL to arrive. And that was kind of what we wanted to show here in the demo. I hope you really enjoyed it. Hope that you enjoyed that we made it a little bit more interactive. And this has been running on Business Central in the cloud, real shipping systems connected to everything you see here is fully live, and it could have crashed and burned, but Nima and I are happy that it didn't. I hope you enjoyed the demo. And what you saw was that you saw Nima perform a really efficient, safe picking process. You saw that a robot can be used to connect the picking area with the shipping area, so we don't have to waste time on moving stuff around. So Nima can continue picking more orders, and I can focus on shipping. So that's great. And then you hopefully saw a super simple process. I only showed you a fraction of what the system can do. It's super flexible. We support a lot of different scenarios. We'd love to talk to you more about this. But it's too much for a session like this. I just want to say a few words about the stuff that made this simple, where the shipping label came out. This was all due to a new cooperation that we have with. We got some new friends down in the Netherlands, a company called Iden, and they've made a solution called Ship-it 365. And this pretty much extends Business Central with the capability of communicating with the cloud-based system that can handle all the booking of the shipments. And we together, Tasklet Factory and Iden, we're cooperating. We've built a connector that makes our two systems, work seamlessly together. And maybe a little bit of importance, there's no cost associated with getting this connector. You buy our solution, you buy Iden solutions, and then you can get what you see here. And hopefully that's interesting. Have I forgotten anything, Nima? Oh yeah, we do support other shipping systems as well. We have connector for another company called Logtrade that works mostly in Scandinavia, and Ship-it is a little bit more support, has better support in Europe. But I think that's what we wanted to say. I think Nima just want to close off the. You have a little bit of PowerPoint to go there.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you for the quick introduction there on the shipping process. So I have a few more points I want to mention. Next session is going to be on the 9th of June, where we're going to talk about how to optimize your inbound warehouse processes. And we're going to try to do the same way, where we're actually going to show what it looks like in the warehouse. If you want to see this session, please follow us on LinkedIn. We'll make sure to post this webinar in due time. I want to say, if you have any questions to what you saw, please go to taskletfactory.com and contact us, reach out to us with any questions you might have, or please feel free to contact your Microsoft partner if they're a Tasklet Factory reseller, and if you have any questions. This was a very short session to basically spark your interest. I do want to say thank you so much for joining, and I would ask those of you who have 1 minute to hang around for just 4 quick questions we have. So we have some polls we're going to launch now. So I'd appreciate if you'd hang on for that. But thank you so much for attending.